Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a social sports pad podcast. I am your host, Ricky, and alongside me, as always, is Ben. It's the last week of the regular season,
Dun dun dun.
and seedings are finalizing for the playoffs.
Boy,
Playoffs? Wow.
we're talking
All right.
playoffs.
So some of these games are worthless, some of these games are not. We have 14 games left before they actually really matter. So we'll go with the rundown. You guys know the drill. If you've been a fan of the show before, we've been off for a couple of weeks because of Christmas and New Year's and all that craziness. Well, we got to get back to business because it's going down the home stretch. Anyone who's a fan of the show knows how we roll. We go with we say what the matchup is, we say what the spread is, we tell you how it's gonna go and give you a bold prediction. So we will start in Hot Atlanta as the Atlanta Falcons take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not much really to say between these two, but Tampa Bay goes in as the 2.5 point underdogs. I think Vegas is looking at Tampa Bay resting a lot of their starters in this matchup. Ben, what do you say?
uh, yeah, I see a Tampa Bay team that needs to rest Brady, but I don't see Brady resting. I, I mean, surprisingly, this game is still shitty because let's face it, just like every NFC South Division year, I don't know why, but it stings. They are
They're
stinky.
lousy.
There's always at least one team sometimes that does really good, but then there's this year where they just all stunk. The
It's
Falcons
not
had
the
nothing to
first
play.
time.
Huh?
It's not the first time.
Oh, it's not the first
Mm.
time. I mean, what the Jaguars I think got in there one time with a losing record. Was it the Jaguars I think or the Panthers?
No
One of the two.
Panthers.
It was the Panther. I knew it was one of
Yeah,
the two.
yeah. You knew it was a big cat.
It was a cat. Well, neither of these teams have anything to play for. Shit. You know what? Falcons are going to win. Buccaneers are going to go into the playoffs with a losing record. This is going to be Tom Brady's last year in Buccaneers. He's going to be probably a Saint next year. To be honest with you, if not a Saint, I'm sorry, a Denver Bronco. If all the rumors are holding true, but I see the Falcons winning. I think the spread is on point with the 4. There's no bold predictions in here. Maybe the Falcons. Was it? What's his name? Ritter or
Yeah, Ritter.
Ritter? Yeah, I think he'll do good. I mean, he's been the starter for the past 4 weeks now, at least. I think he'll do good. Give him 350.
Uh, my bold prediction is that Tampa Bay is going to rest most of their starters after like the first quarter, and they will still win. They will actually win by 10 points or more. Um, Atlanta's just not that good.
They're
They
fake.
had a good middle of the season, but yeah, they're a team that needs a lot. They'll probably be, definitely one of the teams that we start on when we do our um preseason or postseason forecast.
They have a lot of question marks. The biggest
Is it
question
even
mark is
question
probably
marks
quarterback.
anymore or just like reality?
Well, I mean, quarterback is their main focus. I mean, do they really have their answer? Who knows?
All right, so we're gonna go to kind of a fun matchup. We got Buffalo coming off of the no contest matchup against the Bengals. And basically the story of the NFL season with Damar Hamlin's injury. Um, definitely thoughts and prayers are still with him and his family and both the Bills and the Bengals. Uh,
Yeah, news came out there. The NFL is allowing him to have the rest of his money part of his contract for.
and I mean, if the and to be fair, why the hell not? Like,
It's not his fault.
um,
This is something out of his control.
Yeah, like it was, and before anybody says like, "Oh my god, it was a dirty hit" or anything like that, it was a bang
Oh,
bang play. That those things happen in the NFL.
yeah. There was one guy.
And I mean, it's not the first time that a Buffalo Bill has been, had his career pretty much put in jeopardy.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was the Jet.
Hamlin had the extended level with it, but
There was what
uh,
Bird with the Jets or something like that back in the 80s, 90s. I think his name was.
nope, Kevin Everett.
Oh no, no,
First
not
game.
died, but I think what was it? I think it was Bird.
Oh,
There was a guy I read a book about named Bird or something with the Jets back in like the 80s, 90s, and he had
yeah.
some
I mean, this is one definitely absolutely
but
non-precedented situation that, um, we never want to see happen again. And it's definitely going to be something that the NFL safety committee is probably going to look at to see if there's anything that could have been done to
eh,
prevent this, anything.
I I really don't think there was anything that really can be done. I mean, it was a
But
shoulder
they're
pad
going to
went
look at it.
into his chest. I mean, and he's wearing the chest protector too, so that's that's a whole nother issue. That could be a whole that guy. Yeah, honestly, that could be a blessing in disguise for that dude. I mean, he might have another issue altogether that they might have not have realized if it didn't happen.
I mean, you never know. But something like this, especially widespread worldwide, anything like that happening, they would absolutely be,
It's just
they're going to be looking at it in the off season.
and
You know it.
I don't know if you watched that video I sent yesterday, but there's these neck things that the players have been wearing, and we were wondering what the hell they were.
The Q
And I
collars,
huh?
the Q collars, I think.
Yeah, I watched the video about it, and they're supposed to help stabilize the blood flow to keep the flow inside the brain so the brain doesn't rattle around when you get hit.
Well, I mean, well, this wasn't a brain issue. This was
No,
like
but
the
at
actual.
least they're taking steps toward.
I mean, again, yeah,
That's my point.
and I
They're taking
mean,
some steps.
kind of silver lining with this. Basically, um, as history has dictated, every time that tragedy strikes, uh, most recently with this pandemic, we have, as humanity, have grown from this to protect the whole of whatever group is being taken care of. Um, yeah, like the pandemic changed everything that we did.
Yeah,
So I think something like that will possibly happen with Damar Hamlin's injury. They're gonna find something that either
more padding or
wasn't handled correctly, or um,
one
you
analyst
know,
got all upset and was like, "Oh, T. Higgins purposefully led with the helmet." Like, dude, he didn't even
it's a
hit him
big
with the
game
helmet.
football.
It was a
I mean,
shoulder
it could
pad.
happen to anybody, any different way. But yeah, like I mean, um, because I mean, just think like 10 years ago, like
10 years
KT
ago,
tape. We didn't even think of that
yeah,
with blood
10 years
flow.
ago, that would have been a head-on helmet collision into the chest.
10 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about Damar Hamlin opening his eyes and
Yeah,
talking with his teammates. We'd be talking about Damar Hamlin's funeral.
probably, and
You
unfortunately,
know, uh, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, and then
especially what
we'd also be talking about
Perfect back in the
how the
day when
Bills or the
Perfect played.
Bengals won the game.
Yeah,
No, I mean, definitely kudos to both teams for not continuing that matchup. But
I mean, I
going
was
back to football,
watching wrestling,
we
not
have
back to it.
the Bills versus the Patriots, which since Kansas City locked up the number 1 seed, this could be a matchup we talk about next week. As New England can make it be a 7th seed. Um, which, be honest, I don't want. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. beating the spread, which is 7.5. Not gonna lie, nobody wants to see a division rival make the playoffs. Uh, Especially, I think, the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins. I think fans from all those would agree with me. Fuck the Patriots. Um, and I mean, yeah, Ben, what do you think? Do you agree?
I mean, I'm all in with saying fuck the Patriots. Whether or not the Bill, are they playing all their players? Are they going to rest? Is this a meaningful game for Buffalo? Really, though?
Not anymore.
I mean, do the players really want to play? I mean, I'm surprised they're even going to try to attempt to play the game right now. Now,
No. I think
I think it's going to be a
now that he's out of the hospital, they're gonna be fired up, and I really see this being an ass whooping.
Well, that's where I was about to go. I think they're going to be fired up, and just like you said, I really think Buffalo's going to kick New England's ass, and I will laugh my ass off if that happens. Because let's be honest, we all respect and hate Bill Belichick.
Pretty much.
We have a love-hate thing for Bill Belichick. I respect what he's done as a coach, but do I like him? No.
I mean, I'm sure I like him as a guy, and basically, I would probably do the same things he does as a NFL coach.
He seems like a prick. I don't know, man.
He seems like one of those guys that
Maybe he's just uptight in the workplace.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think Bill Belichick, in my opinion, is one of those guys that he's very close to those he's close with. One of those like,
Yeah.
if you don't have his respect, you're nothing. But if you have his respect, he absolutely loves you to death.
Yeah, which is what makes me wonder what happened between him and Tom Brady.
Giselle
happened. Giselle. Giselle happened.
I mean, I'm just saying. But no, like I mean, bold prediction: Buffalo wins by 20.
That is bold, Cotton.
It is. All right, so we are going to Chicago. Game that really is there anything really to play? As Minnesota goes to Chicago, they are Minnesota's favored by 3.5. Yeah, Vikings got like nothing to play for.
The Vikings have been on a downslide lately. Ever since they played Washington, they've been playing horribly. Actually, it was the game before Washington. Really, they started playing horribly. They got lucky when they beat Washington, and it just been. I don't know, man. They've been playing some weird football lately.
They're very inconsistent. Like if it's if it's not close, then they're not gonna win.
Yeah, like the first half of the year, they were playing great.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings and the points against the Bears. The Bears are just not that good right now.
No,
there's many things to address, and I think they're gonna go after the 1 seed. And again, the Bears will definitely address in the first.
Like, this is so weird, though. Like, what do you address on the Bears? Like, is Justin Fields a quarterback or a running back at this point?
They're Baltimore light.
Like,
honestly,
Justin Fields has almost has 1,200 yards rushing. He has 8 touchdowns on the ground.
That's I mean, the thing again, we'll cover this. We will cover this when we go do our postseason forecast with the Bears. But yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done.
I hate about
and
running backs that run. They take stats away.
Need to block.
The receiving yards. The highest receiver on the Bears is 493 yards.
Well, I mean, like seriously. Again, we can talk for an hour and a half on what just the Bears need to freaking do.
It is.
And I mean, I mean, fine, we'll kind of preview it on that. Justin Fields needs to think through the air instead with his feet
Yeah.
because basically that's what he knows. All
Yeah.
right.
There's too
That's
much going
something
on.
that Lamar Jackson has tried to
That's a
deal
whole
with.
other story
All
too.
right. Because Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields right now, they are run first quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're not mobile quarterbacks. They're run first quarterbacks. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, they are mobile quarterbacks. They use their feet to extend the play. Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields, their feet are the play.
Yep. It's the same issue it was with RG3, man. They didn't want to stand. He didn't want to stay in the pocket. And if he would have stayed in the pocket, man, he would have been probably one of the best quarterbacks to play. But no.
If he could trust his line, I mean, like seriously, the
Well, he got
Bears,
some
what they need to address is
good
their
line.
offensive line. I
That's
mean,
the issue
that's also
there.
something the entire fucking NFL needs to do is address their fucking offensive
Oh
line
yeah, there's a lot
and
of teams
protect their quarterback
the line. I
because
mean,
like nobody can block their save their ass.
no.
That's why the Pro Bowl is a flag football game, not not an actual game.
Well, the offensive linemen aren't big no more. They're just like hybrid linebackers now.
Well, they got to be fast. It's the way the game is. The game is changing, and the era of your normal, everyday, average Joe stand in a pocket quarterback is done.
Yeah, I mean,
That's that is the nature of the game now. We are going back to
Brady's still alive.
Well, Brady's still alive because they call roughing the passer unlike anything.
Yeah, true.
All right. So, speaking of Lamar Jackson, we're going to talk Baltimore, Cincinnati. I really think like this is going to be a battle of backups. Cincinnati
Lamar
is
was playing.
favored by 6.5.
But Lamar was playing though. Oh, he's out?
Yeah, dude, I see both teams like are resting. It's going to be battle of backups. Joe Burrow doesn't want to play.
I thought it was
Half of Cincinnati you're talking about sitting because of next week. Baltimore's too hurt to really play anybody. Like I don't even expect to see Mark Andrews play more than 2 series.
To be honest with you, to address the Lamar Jackson issue, do I think he's worth the money? No.
I think he's worth more of the money than fucking Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah, but the Ravens have more to worry about than just quarterback currently.
Yeah. But again, a lot of this stuff that we can talk about and address, we'll address each team like individually when we do our forecasts. Basically, what we'll probably do with the podcast is we'll have, we'll schedule like doing the predictions for each week, and then we will have other shows for each individual team break down who their free agents are, who they should keep, who they should let go, who they should go after.
Yeah.
And basically, what we see from there.
We got more football coming up too after the Super Bowl. We got XFL coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a little bit of everything.
We got Roll Rumble coming up. That'll be fun.
But yeah, man, sports goes on. That's why we're the Social Sports Pad podcast, not the baking channel.
Man,
although cookies
fun,
are fucking great. So next we go to Indianapolis as the Colts take on the Texans. Both teams have nothing to play for. The Texans have a chance with a loss today to lock down a number 1 draft
Oh
pick.
yeah, that's awesome for them.
All right. The Colts are favored to win by 2.5. And
Another disgrace of a team.
yeah, like I mean, it's just, do you really want to watch any of these teams? But I give the Colts a nod. Give them the win. Especially it's 2.5. I mean, the Texans have fought. They are a team that needs a better coach and quite honestly a lot of work as well. But
Their
they're
problem
one of those
is
old girls that, basically you hit it a couple of times before you turn the engine on, and it'll get you from point A to point B.
yeah, they're the Florida Marlins or Miami Marlins of the NFL.
All right.
They have
Oh,
some good players, and then they trade them in their prime.
all right. And speaking of Miami, we're going to Miami. Miami is favored by a half a point over the Jets. So basically, it's a pick and play. What do you see? Um, like Miami's not going to play with Tua. Jets just suck right now thanks to injury.
Yeah, they suck.
A lot of suck.
Flacco's going to play his backup job today. He's going to play his fun job. He says his backup.
Yeah.
It's his hobby job.
I mean, yeah, that way he goes back to his OnlyFans. But yeah, I see Miami getting the win. Definitely over the Jets. The Jets they aren't.
They are what they are. They're what we thought they were in the beginning of the season before they played good.
Yeah.
They're what the Bears are currently. A joke.
Not even that good. Like I think
No.
the Bears are definitely a better team than the
Yeah.
Giants, or not the Giants right now. The
Well,
Jets right now. The Jets, when healthy, can hang.
I think Zach Wilson's done after this year. I think he's gone.
Oh, absolutely. He's going back to some mom's basement.
Yeah, he's going somewhere.
But yeah,
That'd be somebody
all
else's
right.
problem.
So,
Sure.
from there, another game that nobody wants to play for. Saints versus the Panthers. I really don't have anything to say about it. Except maybe, Carolina wins.
I think Carolina's going to win.
Yep.
Who's playing Darnold?
I don't even know at this point. I stopped watching when they clinched. Speaking of, Panthers are definitely going to win. This game is totally worthless, a toilet bowl kind of game. Speaking of toilet bowls, go to fanatics.com and see if they have a toilet seat cover of your team that didn't make the playoffs. I'm not sure if they exist. Do they exist? I think, but hey, if they did, they would be at fanatics.com, where right now, till midnight on Sunday, you can get up to 65% off site wide with using the code SHIVER.
Shiver. Brr.
Yeah, I mean it's cold, almost like some of these streaks of these teams are going on.
I mean, the Panthers have a Northwest Company 2-piece travel set, so you can put your toiletries inside of there.
I don't know, but I mean, like seriously, some of these teams they playing the little crappy game. So, all right. So anyway, we got going back to the games. We have the Steelers going up against the Browns. Steelers need to win and get a lot of help in order to make the playoffs.
I can't believe
Like
playoffs
the Steelers need to win, the Dolphins need to lose, and the Patriots need to lose. The Dolphins, they can get in if they beat the Jets and the Patriots lose, and the Patriots win at Buffalo, and they are in.
So right now, the Dolphins have the highest chance of getting in.
Maybe, I think,
because all they have to do is win, don't they?
The Dolphins, No, the Patriots had the best chance. The Patriots, they win and they're in, or a bunch of losses.
The
Um,
Patriots are they're, they're not going to beat the Bills. They're not going to beat the Bills.
I mean, anything can happen. But yeah, like, um, if the Titans had won last night, like, I almost want to say that this would have been moot. But
They say
either
that.
so either way,
If the Titans
I say the Steelers have more to play for. They're going to win this. Chargers and Broncos. Yeah. Chargers are already in. Broncos.
the Broncos have nothing to play for.
The Broncos are nothing to play for.
Ooh, that stings a little.
Yeah, that burns a little bit. Almost like some bulletproof coffee.
Oof, yeah. Get you some coffee on you. They don't just have coffee though. They're gonna need a wake me up gummy for this one because that was a horrible game.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Could be a lot of Bio High Club joiners this weekend, probably.
Dude, man, I'm surprised. Yeah, like it's a good thing they're an open field because if they made that a dome stadium, they would be hot boxed all the fucking time.
Be the highest place to go.
Man, maybe a wonderful place to go. I was like, oh yeah, why are why are hot dog sales so high over here in Denver, dude? Let's see. We got next. So we have the Giants versus the Eagles. The Giants have nothing to play for. The Eagles are still fighting for that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And I think
Hurts is coming back today, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a report I read as well. So I'm actually going to go with the Giants beating the spread. The spread is 13.5. I definitely don't see them getting shellacked like that because I don't know about you. I want to play spoiler a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't see them getting blown away.
Yeah.
But it could be wrong. I mean, we
would I put money on this game?
No.
I mean, yeah, the spread is tempting, but I'm just like, no.
It's a division game. You don't ever do that with a division game.
Oh God, no.
The East rival game.
Unless it's Brady and the Patriots in the early 2000s.
East rival games, probably the NFC East, or probably the NFC East is probably the toughest ones to bet on, to be honest with you, because when you watch other teams play each other in other divisions, other than I would say probably the Bills division.
I was gonna
maybe the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, but not the Browns. But other than that, there's not too many other divisions that are as like
NFC West. NFC West, in my opinion, is the hardest division to bet on.
The NFC West is always horrible, though.
Dude, but we're also talking spreads and gambling and stuff like that. And it's just like, even when like the Rams sucked all the dick, like they played their hardest. I mean, back when Seattle was like Legion of Boom, who was the team that always would beat them for no freaking reason? The Rams.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
When Jeff Fisher was the coach of the Rams, he'd lose to everybody else except Seattle, except in division. Like, come on, man.
NFC West is NFC South light. They're not as hard as sucking.
They don't suck like that. But hey, the next 2 games are the NFC West, as we have the 49ers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. The Niners have a chance of clinching the number 1 seed, if they beat the Cardinals and the Eagles lose to the Giants.
Even if the Cowboys win?
If the Cowboys win and the Eagles lose, the Niners have to lose or tie.
Okay.
Eagles just have to fucking win. Philly.
So if the 49ers win, the Eagles lose, 49ers clinch no matter what.
Yep.
As long as the Cowboys win or lose.
Pretty much. It's like the 4 o'clock games actually mean something to the NFC.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got the Eagles, we got the Niners, and we got the Commanders.
The Lions and Seahawks have something to play for, and the Packers.
Well, I'm just saying, of the 4 o'clock games, they're way better than the 1 o'clock games. Like, you can sleep in the day.
I mean, I even think the Washington game might be closer than what people probably think, but we'll see.
All right, yeah, that 7 seed definitely.
I definitely see the 49ers beating the Cardinals. The Cardinals,
and I see an ass whooping coming.
Yeah, I don't see the Cardinals playing for anything.
I mean, I hate to say it because I mean it's TJ Watt's last game, or not
JJ Watt, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't even know. There's a lot of what ifs right now in Arizona. Are we keeping Kyler Murray? Are we trading him away?
We will talk about them at a later date.
Yeah.
My God, that's going to be a whole fucking hour. What they do. All right, then we have the Rams trying to play spoiler against the Seahawks.
It's possible.
Yep, Seahawks have a chance to clinch the 7th seed, but they will get it winning, and the Packers need to lose.
Geno
to the Lions.
Pro Bowl selection too, man.
Huh?
Geno Smith for that Pro Bowl selection too.
I mean, hey, he kept it up. He kept that energy up. And if you are looking to keep your energy up, you definitely go hit up our affiliate W Energy. Get yourself some of that 2022 video game energy drink of America. Hit them up using a link in our bio. But yeah, Seahawks, Packers, and the Lions will have a chance at the 7th seed. The Packers need to beat the Lions, which Vegas has them currently listed at 4.5 point favorites over the Lions. We'll get to that in a second. And yeah, like I said, the Rams get in, or not the Rams, but the Seahawks get in 2 different ways. They can either win versus the Rams and the Packers lose, or they need to tie with the Rams. Tie with a tie needs to happen between the Lions and the Packers, and the Commanders need to lose against the Cowboys.
What?
Yeah, like I don't know how that happens.
Oh,
I think it's because the strength of schedule kind of boils down.
Because Washington would be 8-1, and Washington might have a better winning record. I don't know how that would be. Well, yeah, because the Seahawks will be 8-9 if they lose. I don't know. That's weird.
Yep, it is. Absolutely, positively. Yeah,
Seahawks kind of control their destiny currently.
Yep.
They've been controlling their destiny all season until they went on a losing streak. I mean, Geno Smith is not as good as he looks. Let's be real.
I was going to say, the Seahawks are only as good as Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, it's a system quarterback's dream is what that is.
Yeah, it's the Pete Carroll system. I mean, Derek Carr, if you're looking for a place to go, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
What?
Derek Carr is a good quarterback. He just is not being coached.
But no, going back to the game, my wonderful prediction, kind of maybe even a little bit bold, is I see the Rams throwing a wrench into everything and beating the Seahawks and eliminating the Seahawks from playoff contention. Hooah! What say you?
So you think Baker Mayfield's gonna have a fun day?
I think I'm gonna be asleep. I'm not watching this game, but yeah, fine, whatever.
At 4:25, you're gonna be asleep.
Hey, I'm old. What are you talking about?
You're gonna get some tubby energy.
Seriously. Need a freaking bathtub full of W energy drink to get me kept up watching that game.
I wonder if Mayfield has resurged his career though.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. Again, we'll talk about him in the post. We'll talk about him when we cover the Rams. So Cowboys, Commanders. Cowboys are favored 3.5. Cowboys, they can get the first round bye and home field advantage if they win this game and the Giants and the Cardinals win against the Eagles and the Niners. So safe to say Cowboys are playing next week.
Yeah, Cowboys are playing next week.
I see them winning.
I mean, I definitely see them winning too. I don't see Washington winning at all.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, their third and fourth string running backs playing today.
I'm hoping that Sam Howell shows glimpses of what I think he should be able to do. We'll see.
Got it.
I mean, he's going against a tough team. I mean, he's definitely the better of the three quarterbacks in that locker room. I don't know if he's the future, but we'll see. I mean, to be honest, according to Rivera, this is the game that lets them know whether or not they need to look for a quarterback during the all season, is what he said. Based off of one fucking game for Sam Howell, which I think is not fair at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rivera's probably not going to be there again.
Well, he didn't even know that if they lost last week, that they were going to be eliminated from the playoffs.
Hey, dude.
That's like
the scenarios last week, man. God, like,
that's not the
he's old.
How overtime works.
That's Donovan McNabb being an idiot. But hey, there you
go. It's so frustrating.
Why is water wet? I don't know.
I hate being a Washington fan.
I mean, I feel you. 20 years ago with Buffalo, but hey, there you go. Yeah. And finally, game that should be exciting. I know Seahawks are definitely going to be watching this game. But the Lions going to Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 4.5. And what say you?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers might actually sneak into the playoffs. After the horrible beginning they had, they might actually get in there. The hippie might actually get into the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, the Lions, don't get me wrong, they've been playing great all year.
They're absolutely a Cinderella story.
Goff is finally playing like a first-round pick again. It could go either way, but knowing Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to beat Detroit, and they're going to win because why? They're the fucking Packers.
Yep.
I don't have any bold predictions with this game, though.
I mean, I haven't really had anything. I mean, it's week 18.
Yeah, I mean,
week 18, players, you can't really do bold.
There's players
week 18. There's too many.
There's players playing for incentives.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about all that matters really in week 18 now is incentives. Apparently,
Pretty much.
Juju Smith-Schuster needs so many more yards. I think 950 yards or something like that. I think he needs to surpass 950 yards or something. I don't know, to get like an extra bonus. He hasn't even hit 1,000 yards. That's crazy to think in KC, especially since Mahomes has passed for 5,600 yards. That just goes to show how many weapons they have.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that'll happen. Yeah, I see the Lions beating the Packers. You know, I want the Lions to make the playoffs. Just
Fair enough.
just for fun's sake. All right. So yeah, next week we'll be talking playoffs. Wonderful, wonderful playoffs. And hope how'd you do with your fantasy league there, Ben?
Ah, man, I was in the finals and my team shit the bed.
Not gonna lie, that was my team's the week prior. Um, just like I mean, mm, I also had a couple of poor decisions that were made in week 16.
No matter how I started my players for Washington or Buffalo, I still would have been screwed because Singletary wouldn't have got me enough yards or points, and McKenzie wouldn't have given me enough points. And Wentz made sure I didn't get anything out of Warren or Robinson.
Hey man, I mean, at least you didn't have what happened to me. Like
True.
I don't my weakness in fantasy in the money league was I totally was streaming defense defense. I mean, I thought I picked decently when I drafted. Like I drafted the Rams and the Chargers, which in the beginning of the season on paper was solid.
Yeah.
You know, like
I
they
had
were.
Hubert in the beginning because I missed out on my keepers because I had Mahomes for the first 2 years. But my guy in the league was like, "Oh, I'll trade you Mahomes for Hubert." I was like, or Herbert. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I have Mahomes back. It's great for me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, champions make bold moves. But yeah, like my problem week 16 was I was like, yeah, this is I need to kind of get a better defense. Even though it's like, oh yeah, I had the Patriots against Cincy, and I was like, yeah, Cincy's gonna like destroy them. So I went and picked up the Lions, and yeah, the Lions. There is no bed that defense performance in week 16. Shit, the bed.
Shit
It's shit on the
bed.
bed, the walls, inside the freaking end stand.
So it was like daddy daycare, huh?
Oh my god, like the worst. Yeah, it was the worst you could score. It's 11 points in that league, a negative 11, and that was all that happened. And I lost by 6. So, like, if I hadn't even played a fucking defense, I'd have won that. So
That
oh well. It's always the next year. And I mean that leaves more fun just bullshitting with the guys anyway.
I mean, I did more than I
Definitely.
thought I would do this year. So
Yeah.
I mean, I won the first
Definitely.
year, lost. I mean, I didn't do anything last year, but I went in the finals this year. So hey, fuck it.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I mean, doing this podcast has definitely been fun.
Yeah,
It's definitely been a good season doing this with you.
absolutely.
And hopefully, definitely we'll be doing this again next season. Definitely. But this is the end of the regular season. And with that, everybody, I wish you a good night, good week, and always good season.
And remember, what do you say, Ricky? Don't get
Get
eliminated.
eliminated.